Hey, how you doing? You're still watching, eh? You're still with us. This is probably the really cool spot because...
Welcome back!
Yeah!
But Kevin's right, if you're still with us watching this crazy little Mercedes repair going on.
Yeah.
I remember my car broke down on the highway. Had it towed over here to Kevin's place, and we had a quick look at it, and...
I think we got into the wine, we didn't fix a whole lot.
So there's Chris, there's me, and my
What's
in my Crocs and glass of wine, brother.
I'm happy to be here for a glass of wine. My God.
Well, it's a good one too. Pour you a fresh one there in a moment. That's good, eh?
Delicious. Homemade?
Yeah. No, it's the real deal, brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the store-bought stuff right there.
Delicious.
So you had quite an adventure today. You went out to the Kenny U pole, and then the car died.
Well, I was trying to be ahead of the system, right? So
you went out there to get parts so that you would last forever, and this is what happened.
I was being preemptive. I wasn't going to have any problems at all, and what the hell happened? So yeah, Kevin's been playing with it ever since. You know, he's done some good work and everything. And what do you have in your hand?
Well, this is the coil that I finally retrieved from the Mercedes 1996 Mercedes C220, and we're pretty sure that's the coil. What we were having for a code or for a kind of...
We were having like a cylinder 3.
Total misfire
on the engine and everything and stuff, and we knew it was cylinder number 3, and this is the coil that actually has 2 cylinders on it.
Yep.
If that's the right word for it. And Kevin was able to get it out, and that was a crazy job, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really nuts. But you know,
Okay. So far, a little bit of lucky success. We were trying to get at those 2 bolts. I was worried about the one that was down south of that first one, but I didn't remove that wire harness. But what I did was take out 3 fasteners, 3 bolts. 2 of them had hex 10 millimeter. The other one is an Allen out the front here. Probably the toughest one to get out, right at the front. Okay, so you use just an Allen key for that. It's not a problem. There's a 10 millimeter right here, right behind that power steering pump. One more 10 millimeter right down there, right there. Easy to get at, 10 millimeter. And then now I have access that moved enough. Just slid that back enough, and I can see, zoom in, show you where that one was since you never got to see it yet. There is hole for fastener number 1, and number 2 is right there. See it? There it is. See it peeking out? Alright, so let's try to get our ratchet down on that. Right there. A little wiggle. This is where you hope that on your car that's not all rusty and rounded. And I'm trying to do this with one hand on the camera. There we go. Oh, just give me a second. Once I'm on it, I'll get you back here. Again, the same 12-inch extension. Oh yeah, that's nice. That actually, let's see, get that into focus again. So we can get that into focus for you. Zoom out. Alright, so down in there, on there, no problem. And that bolt is coming out. That's nice. Let's see. Use my little magnet again. Yeah, it's still a couple more turns and I'll have that. Set you over here so you can watch me take the rest of that out. Okay. This is a good view. You can see back there where I'm at. Way down. There you go. I can see this is going to be tricky to put it back up in there, I'll tell you that. It's an awful spot. There it is. Second bolt. I can probably wiggle, yeah, that. Get you back over here for one last little peek. Alright, so back over here to see it. I've got both bolts out. And there's the coil wires going down to the top of the coil. And you can see it's totally loose. So once I get the primary wires off, there'll be a connector on there. That might be tricky. We'll have to let you know what that's like. And then figure out how to pull that out. So far, a couple minutes to get those two bolts out. And on to the next. Alrighty. Got her jacked up now. Safety stand under there. Let's go under and have a peek. Let's see what we can see under here. Now everybody on the, well, not everybody, the 2 or 3 posts we found online about taking off that coil said you had to take the intake manifold off. And boy, oh boy, there is no room under here. There's the starter way back, way up in there. That's the starter. And you can see there's no room there. Even trying to see that coil. Wow. Starter up there, but there is, I can barely see the coil, let alone find a spot for it to come down. It's not going to fit by there. Let's go back up above. Small little space down through here. Nothing on the back. Taking off power steering's not giving me any clearance. No room down through here. I'm wondering if I take off the oil filter cap and filter, get my hand down in there, it might have enough clearance. Let's take this off and give it a try. Here's an oil filter wrench. I'm going to take that off and see if we got some more room. Okay, I got the oil filter cap and oil filter out of here. Just stuck a rag down there so that nothing falls in. And I had my hand down through here. Actually, it got stuck. My hands aren't that big, but you can see where I got all scuffed up trying to get it out. Felt like I was trapped. And tried from another angle. I did get my hand down, and there's no way. I can feel the first coil. You know, I can reach through there, and I can feel the first coil, but the second coil is not going to drop down below that. So my next trick to try is I'm going to remove this washer jug here, and I'm hoping that maybe with that removed I can get my hand through this way. So that's the next trick right here. So disconnect a few of these things and we'll give that a try. This might be the trickiest part to get off right here. Sensor. That sensor. There you go. That's cool. A heater. A heater heats up the windshield washer fluid. It's kind of neat. I might have to take those two hoses off. Looks like it may be engine coolant running through there, so I don't want to start that, make a mess. Let's see if I can get this out another way a bit. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. Let's go over here the way. Ha! Well, come have a look at this. Looked hopeful once that jug was out of the way, but if you look closely, so this is where the jug was located, right here, and it looked promising because there's the bottom of the intake, but they've got a bracket here, support, that goes right down to the bottom of the engine mount. See that? Right here, runs down right down to there. There's a bolt. Bolt there. If I can get the back bolt out, right. Let me see the last bolt. Where is it on that bracket? Barely see it. Right down there. Is there hope? Will I be able to get my hand down in there? Go that way? Let's give that a try. Okay, I'm really hoping this bracket's going to pay off. You can see this bolt right here. I've got that cracked loose. With a larger ratchet, I'm just going to use a small one here to take that bolt out. This bracket again goes through the intake manifold. There's the intake manifold, the back of the, or on the side of the engine, driver's side. Didn't touch anything up above here. Just removed the windshield washer bottle, fluid bottle, and taking off, looks like 3 bolts. 2 into the manifold, and 1 goes down lower into the engine mount. These are obviously just to take some, that's a big hunk of aluminum. They're trying to take the vibration shock out of it. I don't think it's really holding the engine up. Hope not. So there is one. The other one, I've got a ratchet, a little tricky. I tried just a regular straight ratchet like this fella here. However, there is a line right here, and it makes it a little tricky to get onto and get onto that bolt. But see the curve? Oops, curve inside on that ratchet, curve right here. That's just the right angle to take out, so the ratchet will move past that pipe. So I'm just going to set down the camera and keep taking that bolt out, and then we'll move down to the last one that's right down there. So hopefully there's only 3. See that one right down there? Right, straight down the center of the screen. Okay, let's pull that off. Okay, 1 more bolt, I think. Got 2 out of the bracket at the top. Showed you that 1 way down. However, the 2 at the top are 13 millimeter. Short 13 millimeter bolts, 2 of them. And the 1 down below my setup here is just a 1/2 inch. Actually, I'm just using a 3/8 ratchet. You can use whatever you have. I've got a 12-inch extension going into a universal joint, and that socket down there is not 1/2 inch. That is a 17 millimeter. So with that, it just cracked loose pretty easily, and that's what you need to get out that one. So I'll set the camera down and we'll pull that out. I'll let you know if I have any difficulties. Let's take that out. Woo! So far this is a bit of a dirty job, but there's light at the end of this tunnel, and I'm going to show you, give you a little update. As you know, I took off that bracket, 3 screws, 3 machine bolts, 2 bolts at the top, 1 at the bottom, 2 13s and 17, and there wasn't much hope, but so far I got to show you this. I can actually see the coil. I've got it down enough to see it from the top here. The only challenge right now, probably won't be too bad, a little trickier putting it back in, but Bosch in their wisdom and these Mercedes folks have decided that rather than put a connector that I can just pull off in the coil, they put 2 wires, the primary wires going to the coil. They went ahead and put a little terminal O-ring, kind of a ring terminal on the end, and they've got nuts on them on 2 studs, so I've got to get those off. So I'll show you what that looks like. So that's this hole I was telling you about right there. There's the washer bottle. This is the spot where the washer bottle was, and golly, look at that. There you're looking at right now is the back side of that ignition coil. That's it right there. There's the top part that bolts at the bottom of the intake, and there's 2 screws going in the primary. I just got to remember that looks like the tan goes on the left side, and looks like a gray on the right side. We'll see when I get down there a little closer. Looks like maybe an 8mm on those, and if I get those off, that coil is going to come right up through there. So far this whole job is doable from the top. It's a bit of a struggle because there's not enough wire to get the coil up around. I tried to loosen on the top what I thought was the connector for the coil, but it didn't give me much slack. So that's it. So let's go and use a little ratchet and get those 2 nuts off the coil and pull that out through this hole. Okay, take those off and then show it coming up through. Okay, there they are. 2 eyelets. The nuts are off them. The wire's just sitting on the studs there. If you're wondering about my setup to get those out, I just simply used a 5/16, oh no, actually 8mm extension. Just a small 1/4 inch ratchet. That's all you needed. Okay, so that's all you need for that setup. It's 8mm. That has made it easier than trying to get down there with a wrench or anything. It's a long way down. Just going to reach down through, just lift off. See if I can lift off those 2 wires. Again, the beige there on the left. There's one. The other one coming off. It's just stuck. Let's see. That's a little washer. So there's also a washer on the end of those, the lock washer. So you want to grab those. I didn't have my glasses on, so couldn't quite see those puppies. There's the other one. That's the other washer. A little collection up there. Not too many bolts in this project, but certainly got enough tough places to reach. Alright. 1 wire off. 2 wires off. Nothing attached to the coil. Here it comes. Here's the big reveal right here. Let's have a look. There's the coil. Will it fit through this space? Here's hoping. Look at that. Look at that. And there it is, folks. That is the coil from 1996 Mercedes C220 that has a number 3 cylinder misfire when hot and only when it's hot. So I'm going to have a closer look at this and see if there's anything funky that I noticed. But what a thing! What a bugger! This thing here buried underneath that intake manifold. And if you're watching this video, then you're either watching it because you think this is fun. Right? You're watching this video because you thought this was really fun to get out, or you like watching me torture myself. I didn't swear much. I don't normally curse and swear. My wife calls me the calm mechanic. And or you're watching this because you've got one of these Mercedes that you're trying to get this coil out of that's buried down and deep down inside that intake manifold below the engine, and you're wondering how to get it out. So I'll have a peek at this later and see if we notice something funky or not. But for now, I'm just really happy. I'll go have a beer or something. All right.
But you know what? The thing about this, it was very intermittent. Chris had the vehicle to a couple specialty shops, and it was always working fine. We happened to hit it just in the right moment, did a spark test on it. One side was sparking well, the other side didn't. But I'm really excited he's got the coil, the new coil here. Let's open it up because we want to do a couple of tests, bench tests on the coil. And then we'll know absolutely for sure.
Ooh. And you know, they make a number of different coils. I saw quite a few of them online, or there may be a bunch of different companies, but the one that's very, very highly recommended for this car is made by one of our favorite brands.
Bosch.
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 Look at the yellow box.
It's nice.
Crack her open, Kevin, your turn.